Avast, creatures! Grab your swords and your muskets. It's time to defend the comic shop from those mutinous pirates. Today we're digging deep on everything DC for the month of July. So grab your gunpowder and your rum and join us to pick out the best DC has to offer. So Steve, light us a fire and tell us a story.
Dark Knights of Steel 2, number 1 of 12. An entire medieval world was forever changed when a spaceship crash-landed from a doomed planet. Monarchs died, kingdoms rose, long-buried treachery came to light, and a league was born. Now an ancient violent war brews beneath the waves, one that promises untold destruction should it break the surface. If the League hopes to weather it and protect the lands of its realms and beyond, it must first root out the treasonous agents hiding in plain sight amidst its own ranks. Worldwide best-selling writer Tom Taylor and acclaimed artist Otto Schmidt welcome you back to the epic high fantasy world of Dark Knights of Steel, where the darkest days yet still be ahead.
Well, enter Aquaman into the Dark Knights of Steel universe. And it looks like he's even getting a one-shot to tell his origins. The first series got great reviews, and I even picked up the first issue, but I never cracked it open. That's my fault. And now it's getting a sequel series. That first series had some really striking art and gave a lot of atmosphere to that book that I'm not seeing here in this preview stuff. So it looks like they're going in a pretty different direction. If you're keeping up with this series and are super happy that you're getting a sequel, you let me know. Then leave a comment down below. On top of that series, they're adding a one-shot, so there will probably be more. At least we know the main book will be 12 issues. Like 6 issues is like a little short for a story like this, I think. 12 issues give them like a really good year of this. And so I'm sure we'll get like maybe 2 or 3 more one-shots. To me, the medieval spin of the Justice League is exactly that, a spin, but that's what the Elseworlds is for. I really hope that they lean into some more brutal images and stories that would make more sense in a medieval setting. But I'm not really seeing that vibe anymore. I'm seeing more like Aquaman took over the Justice League again. This seems more, fantasy 80s than it does like grungy horror, medieval torture chamber dungeons kind of thing. But that's Elseworlds. The main DC universe has just wrapped up a mega event, DCKO. And we're finally done, right? Dozens of issues and rounds of false brackets and false promises later, we're done. Right? No? There's more? There's an epilogue now? Yeah, it looks like Action Comics is hitting 1,100 issues. And it says DC Epilogue, so hopefully this'll be the end. Right? Right, DC? DC KO is over, right? Right?
Action Comics, number 1100. Celebrate 1100 issues of Action Comics with DC's top talent and architects of the world of Superman. In April 1938, a man faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, graced the pages of Action Comics number 1, and the rest was superhero history. Now together with the talents of writers Mark Waid, Joshua Williamson, Sophie Campbell, and Dan Slott, we honor Superman's storied career and turn toward his thriving future. Brought to life by the all-star artistic talent of Skylar Partridge, Ryan Sook, Dan Mora, and Lucas Meyer, the Man of Steel has never looked better.
Okay, so it's a bunch of writers, which means that's going to mean it's a bunch of mini-shots. 56 pages and a whole bunch of artists. Alright, so DCKO is going to be used one of 2 ways here. One, it's just going to be one little one-shot story somewhere buried in here. Or it's going to be the entire framework to tell the history of Superman. If you didn't know, and spoilers for DCKO, Superman popped off with the Alpha Energy and is like MIA. And the Justice League is on its own, and there's like a new reign of Superman and all that jazz. But this is Action Comics 1100, and Superman's not gone. He said he would come back, so this is nothing new here. He didn't even die. He won the tournament. He's just out fixing the universe or whatever. And this DC epilogue is somewhere buried in this issue. Hopefully it's a framing device instead of just like a single little story in here. But I do see this being like a big history issue. So, you know, if you want like a taste of a bunch of artists and writers all at one time writing Superman stories, this might be a fun issue to pick up. You know, maybe he could have at least like told us when he would be back, or give us like a time frame instead of all of us just banging our heads for months, maybe even years, not knowing whether or not he's ever coming back. I mean, we know he's coming back, but like when? It could be year 50 billion for all we know. Meanwhile, we're stuck with your third cousin removed having a hero complex again this month. I have been having a lot of fun with the main DC storyline, even though DCKO seemed like a little bit of a filler storyline to get to Absolute Crisis. That's where like shit's really gonna go down. And that's also when like the Absolute characters will finally like really get introduced. Like they showed up in DCKO for like 20 seconds and then they were gone. And their like memories have already been wiped. So like why were they even in DCKO to begin with? DCKO was a filler and false promises. I guess DCKO is just, I'm just crapping on it right now. It was not great, but you know, that's neither here or there. We're looking to the future. Because I have been enjoying the main storyline in Justice League and the Action Comics and Detective Comics, but here I just feel like DCKO dropped the ball a little bit. Maybe if they like held true to the bracket, but that went out the window in the first round. So, blah, blah. So maybe we need something a little bit off the beaten path. What have we got, Steve? Bail me out here, please.
Clayface, Celebrity Dirt, number 1. Before he was Clayface, Basil Karlo was one of the hottest stars in Hollywood. As he breaks out of Arkham once again, he's ready to stage his comeback. But there's just one problem. Someone already beat him to it. And Basil Karlo is already a massive star. But if that's true, what's next for the real Basil? And what does his predicament have to do with young women disappearing in Los Angeles and a new supplement causing hideous transformations in its users? Acclaimed horror writer Jude Ellison S. Doyle and rising star artist Fran Gallen join forces for a bold new miniseries that's equal parts body horror and Hollywood glamour.
Wow, Clayface is getting a new number 1, or like a miniseries. It looks like it's 6 issues, and Clayface is going to be big this summer. He's got a new film coming out that's gotten a lot of hype from all the movie theater people and online. Everyone seems to be digging like the tone of the trailer, which is definitely what Clayface is. I don't see them really deviating much here from the like Batman animated series, Feats of Clay. But here in Celebrity Dirt, it looks like this is more of like Clayface has been around. He's already had a career. He's become Clayface, and now I guess he's reformed. He was reformed in Detective Comics, and this is definitely the main universe. But he's only getting 6 issues, so this isn't going to be an ongoing or anything. This will have it like a definitive end. And the dogs start howling away. Howling away. The dog starts howling away. Are you still going? Yeah, I don't see Clayface affecting the larger DC universe in like a significant way. So why it's a part of the main universe, I'm not exactly sure. It should just be like, why put next level on it all? Just let it run. Don't put all in on it. Just let it run. Let it rock, Clayface. It sounds like there's a cool mystery involved, and I'm really digging that like retro cover. He's got like that poster. It looks super, super cool. It's like that retro 1950s monster movie like poster like vibe thing going on. That's really cool. I might want one of those. If you're a Clayface fan, you're eating good. This summer's gonna be awesome. A full 6-issue series run and a movie. Let's see how it ties in. Fingers crossed for a Batman cameo, right? But that's all the time we have today for DC Previews. Thank you, creatures, for watching, and remember to visit your local shop and reserve your favorite comics today. Until next time, creatures, stay frosty!